My name's Drew. I'm one of the pastors here, and one of the things that we have said at Redemption from the beginning that we want our church to be characterized by is that we believe that giving is addictive, and that's based on the promise that Jesus gives us that it is more blessed to give than to receive. And one of the cool things about my role in our church is I get a front row seat to seeing people live this out in radical ways. And right now, we have this test as a church to see where our hearts are at. And it's called the Making Room campaign. And what Making Room is about is it's about paying off some of the debt on our building so that we can continue to move forward with hiring staff and paying our bills. So we don't want to pause on responding to the growth in our church in order to pay off debt. So we're raising money. And so we're doing something for a number of weeks called Making Room Moments. And what I'm going to do now is invite up Jake Oswald. Jake has been part of Redemption Church from the beginning. He moved up from Iowa. And something that's been characteristic of Jake is he's believed this over and over again. So he's been marked by giving his time as a connection group leader, using his talent to drum for our church, and he's been generous financially. In fact, I was just thinking about meeting with Jake in year one of our church. You remember when we used to meet at McDonald's? And he was wrestling through the first building campaign that we were doing. And over again, he's been marked by generosity. So just wanted to ask you, Jake, what has caused you over and over again in moments where you could have withdrawn with selfishness to live by faith in areas of generosity? And what's causing you to lean in even to the Making Room campaign?
I'm nervous to tell you all what to do with your money. So I'm just going to tell you personally what this has been like for me. Anytime I've given, it's just out of a proactive repentance. Because I'm a young guy, it's kind of fun trying to make money, it's fun investing money, and if I'm not careful, I fall in love with money. We all know that's bad news. So when I get an opportunity to give, it's usually not easy for me, but I just do it. I kind of grit my teeth and close my eyes because I know that there's freedom for me there. And if I don't, there's not freedom, there's just bondage. And I've sort of lived that over the years. Early on, it felt like, I don't know if I want to give, and I found that there was just bondage in that. And then as I gave over time, there's more freedom in just being open-handed with my wealth. But that's just between me and the Lord. It's not about thinking strategically for me or anything like that. It's just God, I don't want my heart to get corrupted by this. And I know that it has, I know that it can, and if I don't do this, it probably will. So here, take some. Quick analogy I'd want to give at the risk of being nerdy. If you've seen the Lord of the Rings movies, the first one, there's a scene where Bilbo is about to leave on a long adventure, and Gandalf, his old friend, is asking him to leave behind the ring, which symbolizes sin and idolatry and everything awful in the world. And he's like, yeah, I'll leave it behind. But then he realizes, wait a second, it's actually in my pocket. And he pulls it out and he's like, maybe I'll just keep this. It is mine. I found it. It came to me. And Gandalf's like, I think you should probably let go of that ring. You've had it a long time. And he's like, no, it's mine. It's my precious. And he gets all defensive, and pretty soon he's telling Gandalf, he's like, you just want it for yourself. And that is exactly my heart. When I see that clip, specifically with money, it's exactly my heart. At the end of the scene, Bilbo works up the courage at the firm, gentle encouragement of his friend Gandalf to just drop the ring and leave the house. And that moment right there of that's where there's relief for me. I've just found that over and over. So where you give it, I don't know. There's a lot of great ministries. I've seen the Lord doing good things in many of them. This is one of them. And this is where I'm at. This is where I'm fed. So it's where I contribute. It's as simple as that.